Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a Gemini season video. I've been getting a lot of downloads the last 2 days about this Gemini season and the energy that we are currently in. And today is an appropriate day to do this video because Jupiter, one of the most benefic planets, brings in luck, abundance, good fortune, just entered the sign of Gemini. It enters the sign of Gemini today. And so there's going to be a lot of energy in Gemini. The sun is in Gemini already. It entered into Gemini on May 20th. And then I believe on the 23rd, which was the full moon that we just experienced, Venus entered Gemini as well. So there's a ton of energy in Gemini right now. And so let's talk about the energy of Gemini season. All right, Gemini in the tarot is a representative of the lovers. There is this energy of love, connection, cooperation, joining forces, working together, group mentality, group think, like-minded individuals, soul tribe. There's also union. All right, so this is a very, very strong union window for this year, this season, going into Cancer season, and then later on in the year, when we hit the other eclipse cycles that happen in like the fall, is also going to be a big union portal. So the interesting thing about this energy, and I'll talk about love for a moment, is there is this opportunity for true love, for real love. I'm going to use Bridgerton as an example. All right. For those of you who don't know what Bridgerton is, it's a series of books that are now a show on Netflix. In this season, we have Penelope, who has always been friends with Colin, who's the guy across the street that she has always pined for. She's had a crush on him forever. She's always wanted to be with him. Last season, end of last season, sorry for the spoilers for those who haven't seen it. End of last season, he basically told his friends, the group of guys that he was hanging out with, and she overheard him say, I would never court Penelope. Like, I would never be with Penelope. And it kind of broke her heart because she's always wanted to be with him. Things switched up this season, okay? Because she asked him, he came back from his travels, like everybody's like throwing themselves at him. And he asked her, you know, why aren't we friends anymore? Because she kind of like avoided him and stayed away from him. Then she's like, listen, I heard what you said about me. I don't want to be friends anymore. And he apologized. He felt bad. And he's like, let me help you find a man. Let me help you find a husband. Things didn't go as planned, okay? He was helping her, but people found out about it. And then like, she was then like, again, like the joke of the town. And there was a moment that they shared where they shared this kiss. And that's when his feelings like automatically switched on for her. And so the reason why I'm using that as an example is because this Gemini season could bring in love from the past or love from someone that either you always wanted to be with where the feelings were not mutual, or vice versa. They always wanted you and you only saw them as a friend, and then all of a sudden like you wake up and you just see them differently. Part of the energy and why that's happening right now is because we are all elevating and expanding. And for most who have been through a spiritual awakening, we've gone through the isolation and the separation energy and sort of people falling off and, you know, people not understanding us anymore. But there's also the flip side of that, is that your vibration will begin to attract and draw in those who are meant to be with you on your path right now. And so there's a strong union energy because it's bringing together that which is cohesive and which would be sort of, it's like that expression, the sum of the whole is greater than its parts. So the relationships and the connections that come in right now whether this is love, whether this is friendship, whether this is work. It's going to elevate everything to the next level because your vibration is rising, the vibration of the earth and the collective is rising. People are waking up. And so things that were not on a steady foundation, confirmation with the barks of the dog, and things that were not like balanced and cohesive are kind of falling away. But now it's like that time of like coming together, bringing in harmony and balance for those relationships and connections that are very, very positive and uplifting at this time. And oftentimes, because one of them, when I was like meditating and channeling the energy of Gemini season, one of the things that does happen a lot in terms of like soulmate relationships, okay, is that the person will kind of always be around you or near you. You may have worked with them at one point. You may have, been friends when you were a long time ago, or you may sort of socially know each other, but not really kind of know each other. And then when it's kind of the divine time for everything to come together, it's like you just see them differently. That's why the Bridgerton energy and the fact that it just like got released and now we're in Gemini season is so funny. There's no coincidences in the universe. Everything has a purpose and a timing. It's because those are the types of relationships that are kind of coming together right now, And so one of the things my guides were saying to me is just like, be open to love and how it comes. Because it might actually really surprise you, who is coming in or the connection that's going to be the one that goes for the long haul. It could surprise you, like the person could surprise you, or for those who have like a specific type, right? You might meet somebody who sparks all those feelings and emotions and romance, and you're like, wow, there's this really deep connection. And they may be like absolutely nothing like your type. And so there is this energy of kind of like being open and flexible to experience and allow yourself to receive love, how it shows up for you. All right. So just keeping the heart open and being really excited and joyful about love and connecting with others. The other example of this energy too is, I'm going to use Bridgerton again. Last season, the main characters, the main romance that they showcased was Anthony and Kate. And they were like this adversarial energy. They didn't like each other when they first met. She thought he was just a player. He's not good for her sister. She was trying to like get her sister married. She wasn't looking for a husband. He didn't like that she was like so headstrong and that she always challenged him. And then they grew to fall in love with each other. So this energy could also balance out connections that have been challenging and adversarial. So pay attention for that too. Enemies can become lovers too. There's a thin line between love and hate. That is the energy right now, very strongly. And so just pay attention for that energy. Let's talk about people coming together, collaborations. There's also a strong vibration with Gemini season of like community, connecting, communication. And so you could see sort of an increase of like social activity, communication, spending more time with people, because whenever we're heading towards like that space in between, we just had the spring equinox in March, depending on where you're at in the world. Here in the northern hemisphere, it was the spring equinox. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, it was the autumn equinox. But the equinox season is like an accelerated point to lead us to the solstice, okay? June 20th of this year, that's going to be the solstice point. That's also when the sun, Gemini season officially ends and the sun enters into Cancer. And there's always this like accelerated motion during this time. And so you might be like spending more time with people, reconnecting with people from the past, like reuniting with friends, reuniting with people you knew long time ago. That is also a very, very strong possibility and energy that is going on right now during this Gemini season. I'm going to use Judgment because Judgment is about resurrection. Equally, going back to love and friendships and connections, this season could bring in a lot of healing and sort of like a rebirth of a connection or a relationship that you thought was like ended and completely done, because the two of you or the group of you have elevated energetically, and now you are more energetically aligned and vibrationally matched to be together. And so those are a lot of the energies that are going on right now. All right. Here's the thing though. Mercury is very mercurial. We are in Gemini season, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. There's a lot of Mercury energy in the air. Like I said, Venus and Jupiter are already in Mercury. I believe there's a couple other planets that are going to be moving into Mercury over the next couple weeks. And then we're going to have like a Gemini full moon moving into Gemini. And the reason why I say this is because I'm just pulling up the astrological calendar. So yeah, Mercury enters Gemini. So Mercury is going to be in its own sign on June 3rd. Then we have the new moon in Gemini on June 6th. Then we have a lot of other energy kind of in Gemini during the rest of Gemini season that's causing squares and oppositions to other things that are going on planetarily. I'm not going to get into everything via detail, but why this is important is because Mercury has like a dark side. Gemini has a dark side. Gemini is represented by the twins in astrology. And so sometimes twin energy is not cohesive. Sometimes it's very adversarial. That's why that adversarial energy is very strong right now as well. And so you could have a lot of situations with people where there's arguments, there's miscommunications, there's purposeful manipulations of words or purposeful lies and deception. You could have situations where people are very fickle, like friendly today, not friendly tomorrow. So really, this is a time to set healthy boundaries, stand in your truth, speak your truth, and be in that energy, be in that power. Say no if something doesn't feel right for you. Trust your instincts and really use discernment, because it's a time where actions are going to speak much louder than words. Okay. Truth is expressed through actions. You know, anybody can say anything that they want, but are their actions and words matching up? If they say they're going to do something, are they doing it? If they make a promise to you, are they keeping it? Consistency shows truth. It shows priority. And so this is a time to really pay attention to that, because there's tricky energy during this season as well. Again, just always use your intuition and discernment, trust your instincts. This is also because it's Gemini season. There could be a lot of gossip. There could be a lot of like negative communication. And so just be mindful of that energy. It's not to be scared, but it is to be forewarned, is to be forearmed. And again, just set healthy boundaries, stand in your power, and walk away from drama or leave drama behind. Don't engage with it. If you stay balanced yourself, you will come out victorious in any situation that you are dealing with. So that's the energy of Gemini season. Let's get into the cards. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. When I was shuffling, and this has been coming out a lot, Page of Wheels, which is the Page of Pentacles. So there could be new opportunities or new ways of bringing in money and abundance, and there could be an increase in finances. So very abundant time, a really great time to manifest by using your words, really paying attention to the thoughts you think, the words you speak, to call in more abundance, to call in everything else that you desire for your life. So let's do the prayer. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. What further messages do you want everyone to know about this Gemini season? Take those because they're kind of popping out. Anything else? Oop, the Chariot, love it. Moving into Cancer season. Yeah, but the energy right now is very accelerated, okay? So we've got Two of Wheels, which is Two of Pentacles. There may be a lot of juggling with finances right now. There may be, for some of you, you need to make a choice between different opportunities that are going to be presented. Don't make a hasty decision. Really weigh your options, think things through. Always, because Gemini season is the lovers energy is also about choices. Choose from your heart, choose from your soul. Sometimes something looks better on paper, but in reality, it's not great for you. Other times, something might be like on the surface less lucrative to begin with, but then it ends up being more balanced and more cohesive. One of the major things of this year, because it is an 8-year, a very karmic year, a very dualistic year, is just to stay balanced. What is balance for you? And how can you create more balance in your life and in your reality? All right. For some of you too, the message I'm getting here is that you've been working hard for a long time, juggling a lot of things and not quite seeing the results. And there is a new beginning. There is a new opportunity coming in as a result of your hard work. This is something that you have manifested. This may be around the new moon or the full moon, because the moon energy is very strong, especially the new moon in Gemini, which is going to be on June 6th. But again, with the moon, it's like, listen to your intuition, listen to your emotions, and don't let your fears get in the way of moving forward towards the thing that you want, towards the thing that you desire the most. Okay? Because it's very, very important to kind of like face your fears during this time. Again, the energy is a little bit tricky and very deceptive during Gemini season. And so it's like, you've got to navigate stealthily and just trust your heart and soul about what's right and what's good for you. You are never stuck. You are never blocked. You just may only be looking at things from a perspective where you don't see a way out or you don't see a way through. But if you tap within yourself, you connect to God and you pray, you will always find that doorway, that opening. And that's what's going to help you to triumph and be victorious over any obstacles or challenges that you may be going through right now. All right. There's that Ace of Swords, truth, clarity, knowing. This also is like a time where you could come into information that's going to be very helpful and supportive for your decision making and for you moving forward into a new beginning, because we've got two aces here. So that's really, really important. But it does, just from the energy of this card, it does feel like you need to choose a direction. And you're going to be sort of presented with an opportunity in which you're going to have to choose a very specific direction. Five of Cups and the Five of Wheels. Again, there's this energy of disappointment. I'm also getting a really strong message of not allowing things that have taken place in the past to keep you from moving forward towards your goals and dreams. If you do incur any setbacks or any kind of instability, any sort of energy that's bringing you into a space of lack and scarcity, it's very, very important to really trust that it's going to work out in your favor. It's going to work out in your favor with Judgment. There's that Judgment energy too. Renewal, new beginning, rebirth. Knight of Wands, though, sometimes we have to persevere. Sometimes it's darkest before the dawn, but you will overcome and you will receive everything that you need. Just choose wisely with the Seven of Cups on the bottom, okay? Choose wisely for yourself. So again, the energy can be really good during this time, but there's a lot of tricky energy in the air. Trust yourself over the guidance of others as well. And that includes me. Like, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, don't take it on as your own. Not every advice is meant for you. Not everything that you see is meant for you to accept as your own. So that's really important too. We're going to do final messages with angels and ancestors, oracle cards, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. What final messages do you want everybody to know for Gemini season? Awesome. Beautiful energy. And what I'm getting to from the tarot cards too is, for some of you, the choice could be between people as well. I know a lot of Pentacles and Swords came out, but because it is the season of the Lovers, you could have options in terms of love and relationship. And sometimes the most logical option is not the best option. It is really a time to choose from your heart and soul. All right. Star ancestors. It says, follow the voice of your soul. Exactly. Choose from your heart and soul. You have so much guidance and so much love and so much protection around you. You are not alone. Your destiny was written in the stars. And when you choose from your soul, you are aligned to that highest timeline. Okay. With the White Witch, be the light, hold the space, be love, be compassionate, be joyful. If you feel like you're in situations where you can't shine, that's actually the opportunity for you to be your most authentic self. Because when you can show up in your most authentic light, you give everyone else permission to do the same. Don't dim your light. Don't hide yourself. Be you and be that light for others. Okay. Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. So even if there is some drama with the energy right now, if you just embrace the energy of peace, if you be the light, hold the space, and follow the voice of your soul, everything is going to work out and turn out beautifully. No more drama, no more negativity, peace, balance, harmony. Again, it's that Gemini energy of like, enemies can become friends, adversaries can become allies. Like, there's a lot of energy around that right now, all right? Because we have on the bottom of the deck Lady, which is the energy of the Empress. It says, enjoy growth and reap rewards, all right? You will reap what you sow. You will bring in abundance of love, of whatever you want, okay? Really just hold the vision and make sure you're choosing from the voice of your soul. I'm sending you guys love. Have a beautiful Memorial Day weekend for those who celebrate, and I'll see you soon. Take care.